Welcome back to Main Recaps.
Today I'm going to explain the short movie called The Secret Number, released in the year 2012. Dr. Simon, a famous psychiatrist from a mental institution. He is remembering his past, and it is revealed that the small boy from the first scene was none other than himself. Dr. Simon survived the car crash, but was deeply traumatized by it, as he still remembers it to this day. Along with him, we're introduced to one of his patients, Professor Ersheim, who is an intelligent mathematical scholar. He is seen writing something on the board with great intent and focus. After he's done writing, Professor Ersheim hands over the board to Dr. Simon while mentioning that it is pointless. We can see that he has written the numbers 1 to 9 several times. Dr. Simon glances at it and praises his patient's work to be very good. He then asks the professor if it looks wrong to him. In an irritated tone, Professor Ersheim comments that it is wrong because it is missing the hidden number BLEEM. Here, we get to know that the professor talks a lot about this mystery number, but cannot prove its existence. He simply replies that one has to trust him as he is a mathematician, not a lunatic. Later at home, Dr. Simon is conducting thorough research on the history of Professor Ersheim. He is surprised to find that the professor is no ordinary mathematician, as he has been awarded with numerous mathematician awards. He has even won the Fields Medal, which is the equivalent of the Nobel Prize, but in the mathematical circle. After further digging, Dr. Simon also finds out that the professor never had any history of mental illness or emotional trauma. This brings up questions like, was the professor really unstable? Or was he locked because his findings were a threat to someone? The next day, Dr. Simon is again discussing the mystery number with Professor Ersheim. After a bit of asking, the professor reveals that the number BLEEM exists between the regular numbers 3 and 4. Hence, while counting it would be 1, 2, 3, BLEEM, 4, 5, and so on. Tired of listening to the same supernatural theory, Dr. Simon gets up and asks the professor to prove it. He carries a jar of jelly beans and orders him to separate BLEEM number of beans to prove the existence of the number. At first, Professor Ersheim is confident that he can accomplish the task and tries to arrange the beans. However, after a bit of struggling, he's unable to align BLEEM number of them, so he throws everything in a fit of rage. Dr. Simon then taunts the professor that he is not able to prove it because no such number exists. However, a fuming professor retaliates that he is not able to prove it because some external force was preventing him from doing so. Dr. Simon then dismisses his claims by saying that he was there with him the whole time and no one was there to stop him. After the heated conversation, the professor asks the doctor for a pencil and paper to continue his research, but Dr. Simon simply ends the session while saying that he will think about the writing materials some other day. Just then, the professor notices the black marker on the ground nearby the scattered jelly beans. As the security guard arrives, Professor Ersheim goes near the marker and secretly hides it. Before being escorted away to his room, the professor crazily stuffs a bunch of jelly beans in his mouth, which puzzles Dr. Simon. He is then taken away from there and is locked inside room number 304, which is guarded with high security and surveillance. Meanwhile, the scattered jelly beans on the floor remind Dr. Simon of the accident again. On that day, after the police arrived to collect the deceased body, a young Dr. Simon picked up an identical jelly bean from the road. It was dropped by the man who was struck and killed by his car. In the next scene, Dr. Simon is preparing to leave for home after a frustrating day at work. As he is going down the elevator, it takes an unusually long time to reach the 3rd floor from the 4th. This confuses him and he starts thinking about the authenticity of the mystery number BLEEM. Following the strange encounter in the elevator, Dr. Simon starts digging up more information about the mysterious number. He finds out that Professor Ersheim was actually arrested due to an outburst at a conference. After this, he starts listening to numerous recordings of his conversations with the professor. In one of the interviews, Professor Ersheim says that the number BLEEM is the very fabric of the universe. He also says that there are numerous dimensions in the galaxy, but an average human cannot see that. He says that the main reason for not being able to explore other dimensions is the insufficiency of proper maths. He also adds that if the mystery number BLEEM can be discovered, humans can travel to other dimensions and explore them. With the discovery of the number BLEEM, humans will also be able to time travel and communicate faster than the speed of light. As Dr. Simon is deeply immersed in the recordings, he notices an ant on his desk. Being the kind human that he is, He carefully picks it up with a piece of paper and throws it out of the window safely. In the next scene, a tired Dr. Simon is at a bar having some drinks. He is fed up with the events surrounding him lately, so he is on a break to clear his mind. As he is cracking open some peanuts, one of them suddenly moves and cracks itself open without any external force. The doctor is immediately shocked by the supernatural encounter, but before he can calm himself, he sees Professor Ersheim writing some mathematical calculations on the window of the bar. He immediately gets up and starts going after the professor. After a bit of chasing, Dr. Simon reaches a silent alley. As he walks a little further, he finds a television playing news about the exact accident from his childhood. The news also reports that the old man hit by the car had not been identified in the 3 days since the incident. He then sees his younger self watching the bizarre news. Turns out that the doctor was just having a nightmare and he is awakened by a phone call. There, he is informed that Professor Ersheim has gone missing from his room. In this way, his dream had some truth after all. The doctor then immediately heads to the mental institution. After reaching, a worker named Jean explains that they are about to initiate a second sweep to locate the professor. He also stresses that the professor was present during bed check and he had not let anyone else into the room. Now the question might arise, how did an old and fragile man like the professor escape such a highly guarded facility? This confuses Dr. Simon equally. As the duo reach room number 304 to investigate, they are shocked to find mathematical equations and formulae written all over the walls. It seems that the professor spent all night conducting his research with the marker. After the inspection, the doctor finds 3 jelly beans on the table, similar to the ones present in his room. He also finds the marker cap on the floor, which reminds him of his childhood accident once again. In the flashback, he picked up a black marker which had its cap missing. All of a sudden, he remembers everything and finds out what has just happened. As Dr. Simon is busy grasping the situation, Jean picks up one of the beans from the table. Despite Dr. Simon forbidding him from touching it, he tosses it up in the air and eats it. However, Dr. Simon still notices 3 jelly beans on the table as if no one ate anything. He then remembers his childhood accident clearly. The movie ends as we are shown the scene of the accident once again. Jelly beans are scattered all across the road and the face of the deceased man is finally shown. It is Professor Ersheim himself. Now, for those of you who are still confused, let me explain. This movie is based on time travel, where the main protagonist, Dr. Ersheim, is a time traveler. While he was apprehended and locked inside a mental institution for being unstable, he was actually a genius and knew things no other human could think of. His lifelong theory of the secret number Bleem was correct all along, and his assumptions of time travel were true too. Because he was locked in a cell with no materials to continue his research, he couldn't prove his theory and was laughed at by everyone. However, when he finally got his hands on the black marker, he used all his mathematical capabilities to discover Bleem. As Bleem is the centerpiece for time travel, he used it to jump between different time periods. In this instance, he went back in time to Dr. Simon's past, where he was unfortunately struck and killed by his car. Although he succeeded in time traveling, he forgot one rule. What does not belong in the timeline will be discarded by the timeline.
Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help channel out. Thank you for watching.